Since the new government came to office earlier this month, there have been a lot of announcements and changes proposed. Right now, the government has started implementing these changes immediately, so everyone needs to be aware of them. The changes that came into effect before were the scrapping of the Rwanda deportation flights and the resumption of asylum granted to refugees. Right now, the new change that came into effect yesterday is the kickstart of cracking down on criminal gangs crossing the UK Channel, and as a result, 46 migrants who are referred to as foreign criminals and immigration offenders have been returned to Vietnam and Timor-Leste on a groundbreaking charter flight. In today's video, we will tell you everything about the new UK immigration rule that took effect yesterday and affecting everyone. So if you've not already, subscribe to our channel and ring the bell for upcoming updates. Now, pay close attention. The operation is the UK's first ever charter returns flight to Timor-Leste, and the first to Vietnam since 2022. It comes after the Home Secretary announced this week that she has immediately replaced flight planning for Rwanda with flights to return foreign criminals and immigration offenders who have no right to be here to their home country. After setting off on Wednesday 24 July, the flight arrived in Timor-Leste at approximately 9 a.m. BST today, 25 July, having transported the cohort from the UK to the two countries in Southeast Asia. The flight highlights the government's commitment to expanding its returns ability for individuals without the right to remain in the UK and building strong relationships with partner nations in a shared mission to end irregular migration. Vietnam has recently been one of the top nationalities crossing the channel in small boats. The operation began on the same day as a gang of British people smugglers, including a brother and sister, were jailed after trying to hide two Vietnamese migrants in a hidden compartment of their camper van, Home Secretary Yvette Cooper said. Today's flight shows the government is taking quick and decisive action to secure our borders and return those with no right to be here. We thank the governments of Vietnam and Timor-Leste for their cooperation, without which this could never have happened. Our strong diplomatic bonds with other countries have never been more crucial to our mission to bring order back into the asylum and immigration system, tackle irregular migration, and make sure the rules are properly respected and enforced. Images from the court case show the migrants crammed into the dangerously small crawl space, less than 1 foot high, as they were transported between the UK and France. Siblings Natalie Sorrell and Alan Sorrell, Casey Dennis Loughnane, and Charlotte Smith have been sentenced after a hearing at Canterbury Crown Court. The court heard how on 19 July 2020, Border Force officers conducted a search of a campervan bound for the UK in Coquelles, France. During the search, they found two Vietnamese nationals concealed underneath a bed. Natalie Sorrell was driving the van, and Charlotte Smith was in the passenger seat. Both were arrested at the scene. An investigation led officers to identify Alan Sorrell, Loughnane and Benjamin Tokley as further members of the smuggling operation. Alan Sorrell was sentenced to 3.5 years behind bars and Loughnane to 4.5 years after being found guilty at trial of conspiring to facilitate the commission of a breach of UK immigration law. Natalie Sorrell was sentenced to 2 years suspended, electronic monitoring and a PS 5000 fine, and Smith to 2 years suspended after pleading guilty at an earlier hearing to the same offence. Credit was given by the judge due to the length of time passed to reach court and for early pleas from Natalie Sorrell and Smith. Tokley pleaded guilty at an earlier hearing and is due to be sentenced separately at a later date. Home Office Criminal and Financial Investigation lead for the North East Command, Stuart Wilkinson said. Today's sentencing is the result of strong collaboration between agencies to bring another people's smuggling ring to justice. Our teams will continue to work tirelessly to secure our borders and clamp down on the gangs who heartlessly endanger vulnerable people to make money. I am enormously grateful for the tireless efforts of the officers involved in this case. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for new updates.